Cooley for that one, I guess.
No, Cools was really good, especially. Sometimes it's tough after you give up one at the start of the game that you don't want to give up, right? And then for him to be able to steady himself after that and steady us, I thought he was really good.
What vibe does he give off when he's on his game? I know you haven't seen a lot of him, but he looked really locked in, I guess, as the game progressed.
I would say that his vibe is competitiveness. He's going to be back there battling. He's a very, very competitive goaltender. He doesn't give up on pucks. Yeah.
What did you attribute the start to? Got off to a pretty slow start.
Just probably as much as you talk about pressure and as much as you tell a team what's coming and show them video and you try to simulate in practice. They're a big, old, heavy team. And, practice doesn't simulate getting punched in the mouth like they do to you. And they're a great forechecking team. And they're heavy and they're old and they make the game really hard on you. And I just think that as much as we said they're going to come hard in the forecheck, I thought our D were surprised by the pressure, just not being able to solve it quick enough, not being in those moments. Game-type moments. And so we had trouble breaking the puck out in the first period. But our puck management wasn't good enough throughout the game.
It seemed like it changed the last media timeout in the first period. It changed. So what was discussed in that timeout?
We just tried to remind them, when you get in the games and you try to simulate in practice, try to make chaos in practice. But you need to know what you want to do with the puck before you get it. And then in the American League, it's even more so sometimes than another league, whether you're coming from college junior or coming from the NHL. The lack of time and space here is probably even greater. And the physicality is a lot of times higher. And so, I think we just acclimated a little bit. I thought the second period we did a really good job of breaking out and finding speed. And trying to take advantage of them being so aggressive. And then the third period was a little more chaotic for us in terms of being able to solve that.
Coach, what did you think of some of the rookies in particular? I thought on the Byron goal, Ryan Johnson, nice subtle play, kind of gets walled off there, and he's still able to get that pass across the tie.
Yeah, RJ did a lot of good things tonight. For his first game in pro hockey, and as much exhibition as he played, it's different. And I thought that it was a little chaotic for him early in the game, and I thought as he simplified and started playing to his strengths, which is puck moving and skating ability, he started to be more of an impact, a positive impact as the game went on. Obviously, that was a very good play.
Do you think the second period was a little bit more, I know you said it wasn't necessarily a perfect game, but maybe more toward the identity you wanted to play with? It felt like in the second you guys were starting to chip pucks past their D, use some speed to get it on the rush.
Yeah, yes. Second was better. But, it's a little of, you need to play. Like, as much as you can practice and simulate in exhibition games, sometimes you got to just get to a game and play and learn and see what you've done well. We are prepared to compete, but I don't know if, we were surprised a little bit by how much pressure they put on us. So now you just have to learn from that. You have videotape to be able to show, but it's quick turnaround for tomorrow.
They're rushing OT. What do you need to see on that?
It was a very poor defensive assignment by Isak Rosén. Simple as that. He's been a good defensive player in the second half last year, and I thought he did some. That line did some good things tonight at times, but that was 3-on-3. It's not that complicated who's got who. So that was a very poor defensive effort.
Nikita was pretty aggressive at times tonight. He set up one goal. Just what did you see from him?
I thought he was excellent. I think if we go back and grade our defensemen for positive plays versus negative plays, Nikita very likely could grade out as top, and certainly if it's not, it's close to it. So, which is very impressive for his first real game in North America on a small ice sheet.
Why did you put him in Bradley?
Veteran player, with a youngster. Hopefully can talk to him, help him out. And right now we have 8 really good defensemen, and we're just trying to see where the chemistry might lie between different guys.
Like you say, a lot of options. Was it tough to scratch like Joseph today, or?
It was hard to scratch every player that was scratched. Joe Scone, he'll be in tomorrow. Richards will be in tomorrow. We have really good players. Metza, Slaggert, Warren. Nadeau's a young prospect, right? So we have a really, it's good to have depth, but there come some problems with that in the American League as well at times.
Riley, what kind of opportunities can this be for him, and how has he embraced it?
He's been great. He's been great in practice, his attitude. Sometimes when you come down from the NHL, when you're in the NHL and you're an 11 through 13 forward or a 6 through 8 D, sometimes it's less about getting better and more about surviving and just trying to stay in the league or stay in the lineup, not make mistakes, not screw up. And then when you come to the American League, you can play hockey and you get more ice time, you get more practice time, you have more puck touches, and it just gives you an opportunity to become a better hockey player.
When Byro got caught, was there any worry from you that he wouldn't come back in that game, or did you know?
The trainers felt confident. It just split open again. The lip that got cut when he played in Buffalo in the exhibition game, the hit that he took early on just resplit. So I knew he'd come back. Yeah.
Penalty? Is that going to be called all the time, or?
It's never called. Well, it's not. I mean, the amount of interference that happened in that game, slashing and holding, that was, but they called it. The refs had no impact on the game. They were consistent and solid. Obviously, I disagree with that call, but that's not, we need to execute the penalty kill and not let them tie it up. So.
Do you have a plan to go for it?
No, not yet. I'll talk to Seamus and see what his thoughts are, and then make a decision overnight at some point.